What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another PGA Tour 2K21 video. Now, I told you whenever any information came out, I would make sure to share it with you just in case you are not, everywhere like I am, Reddit, the website, Twitter, YouTube, like all over the place following this. So I just wanted to bring you some new information, some information that we already knew as well, but HB Studios had some questions asked to them, and they kind of made like a FAQ sheet of things that they could, talk about right now. So there's a list here that they posted on the Reddit about questions that were asked by the community, and they have posted the answers to those questions. So I'm just going to run through them, kind of give my thoughts on them, and just pass on the information to you all so that you know kind of what's going on with PGA Tour 2K. So the first question is, in online matches, will players be able to play crossplay with players on other platforms? There will be no crossplay, but courses designed by our community can be shared across all platforms. Users will be able to import their courses from 2019 and edit them with new tools and assets available before publishing them on 2K21. So these are some things that I kind of knew were going to be coming. So crossplay, as expected, not available on this. I think next gen is when we're going to really see crossplay kind of take off for a lot of games. But for now, there will be no crossplay. I was kind of expecting that. Some people were hoping for some crossplay, but I just didn't see it. And just like in most golf club games, you can bring over your golf club courses from 2019, bring them into the new PGA Tour 2K21 tool set, work on them, do anything you want to do, and then publish them to the new game. So you're going to be able to bring over all of your old courses, just like past golf club games. And I think this kind of opens the door too, and more people should know it. Like, if you still haven't gotten the Golf Club 2019, if it goes on sale, I would just grab it, especially if you're looking at the course designer thinking, damn, that actually looks really sweet and I want to get into it. You can get it now and get into it and start on making your courses. Then you can just bring them over to 2K21 if you want after they're finished, or if you want to continue to work on them, you can publish them, bring them over, and continue to work on them in 2K21. So I think that's just something that's a little bit of a selling point. I would wait for the game to go on sale. I've seen it on sale at like GameSpot too for like $20, but this game's been on sale quite a few times, especially with the new one coming out. I'm sure there's going to be more sales on it. So if you're still on the fence, but you're thinking about getting the new one because of the publishing of courses that you've created, you can start that right now with the Golf Club 2019. Just food for thought. This is a big one. Will we still have 3 difficulty levels by the way of 3 different club sets: beginner, pro, and master? That's how it is currently. Beginner having the most leeway but not being able to get as much distance, pro in the middle, and master, you get the most distance but you get punished the most from mistakes. HB Studios says no. The concept of club sets has been removed from the game. There will be more information as we approach launch about the depth of control each user will have over the way the game will play for them. Online play matchmaking will ensure that all players are using the same settings. This is very interesting. So beginner, pro, and master clubs are gone. I am curious to see if this is for sliders. Maybe they're going to do sliders of some sort. I don't really know how they're going to do this, especially with TGC Tours. They distinguish it through beginner, pro, and master clubs. Like, you can't be on the pro tours unless you're using master clubs. I guess they're going to have to match people with whatever settings they're using. I don't know if it's going to be sliders based or what this is going to entail. This could work in a positive light, though, to distinguish the difficulty, especially thinking of like TGCT or in societies. If you want a highly competitive society, this may be used to maybe tweak the difficulty for each flight, each tour, or if you're making a highly competitive, like ultra realistic, making that even more difficult than what it already is. So this is actually a big piece of information. I don't know how they're going to do this or what they're going to do, but it seems like they're giving us more control over how difficult the game plays. So that will be cool to see. We'll have to wait and see for them to release more info. But I thought this little piece right here was a big piece. Now, is equipment cosmetic only, or does certain equipment increase your My Player attributes? All apparel items are cosmetic only. I saw some people saying, now that 2K is on board, are they going to be giving us like boosts and stuff like that? HB Studios is saying no, everything is cosmetic only, the way it should be. The club you choose to assign to your golf bag will have an effect just like it does now. I mean, they say they're going to go into more details, but I feel like this is going to be the exact same as is now. Although different clubs may have different stats, I guess they could throw that in there as well. But right now, depending on the clubs you put in, is how much distance and everything that you can get out of your bag that you have set. I'm thinking it's going to be something similar to that, but maybe the clubs that you actually put into the bag, Callaway, Hogan, maybe they have different stats assigned to them? I don't know. We'll see what this means, but I'm feeling that it's probably going to be kind of just something similar to what we have now. Is there more officially sponsored equipment and apparel in the game? There's more licensed equipment. The game will have more licensed gear for your My Player to be outfitted with. We'll share more information at a later date. We kind of already knew this. I mean, I went through all of the new brands that we saw in my last video. There's going to be even more. I'm sure now that they have licensing 2K behind them, I'm sure 2K has kind of put a little money into it, so I'm sure that they have even more gear to give us. So I'm excited to see everything that we have. The more customization, in my opinion, the merrier we all are. By what methods can players unlock the new equipment and apparel? Apparel and equipment can be unlocked by completing challenges in the game and also by using in-game currency that can be earned or purchased. Purchase is not required to unlock new gears and items. You can earn in-game currency to unlock this content. So if you want, you can buy the currency or you can earn it. I can tell you, me playing the game, I have earned so much in-game currency that I could buy everything probably twice over. So I know some people are worried that it's going to be like, oh, your 2K and HB Studios is going to force us into buying in-game currency in order to get some of these items. I really don't see that. They'll probably take the same mindset as we did with 2019. You earn quite a bit of in-game currency as you play the game, and you earn it anywhere you play the game. You earn it in Play Now, online, societies, doing practice rounds. You earn it everywhere. So no matter what you're doing, you're going to be earning this in-game currency. And I'm sure that they're going to be having so much customization in this game that you can pick and choose what you want. There's also a preview function. You can preview everything that you're looking to buy, so you're not going to be wasting in-game currency. I feel that this is fine. If people want to purchase the in-game currency, they obviously can. If they want to purchase, some stuff and don't want to play the game, they just want to make their player look how he's going to look forever right at launch, they can do that. But this is nice for them to actually say it, that everything can be earned in-game. You do not need to buy in-game currency to get the stuff. So that's good. Is there apparel and equipment that is exclusively gained through career mode? Yes, there are, and we'll discuss career mode in more detail in the coming weeks. Just like it is in 2019, for some of the gear, you do have to get it through career mode. It says it right on the screen when you go to Edit Your Golfer, earned through career mode. So they have done kind of the same thing where you have to play the career mode in order to earn some of the apparel and equipment, which is just kind of par for the course. I mean, you want people to play your career mode. You want people to play the modes that you put into the game. So they're putting in the new career mode. They're going to have apparel and equipment that you get through that mode to just kind of bring people over to play the career mode. Not surprising there, but it is a question that they did answer and gave us more information. So good on them. This is another big one that a lot of people have talked about, me included. I brought it up on the last video. Can players play as their favorite PGA Tour pros, or can they only play against them in career mode? The wording here is key. Players will compete against the Tour pros throughout PGA Tour career mode. We will talk more about this mode in the coming weeks. Stay tuned. So fears have been kind of realized. You will not be playing or cannot play as the Tour pros. That's how I take this entire first sentence. Now, 2K, this is their first jump into golf. HB Studios is a newly acquired studio. 2K have a ton of money. Not even denying that. But I'm sure this is a little bit of a test. I don't think that they're going to be dumping a ton in. Plus, with everything going on in the world right now, maybe they couldn't get it done. I don't really know what occurred, but we were not going to be able to play as Tour pros. That's the way this entire first sentence reads to me. Kind of a bummer. I think that might actually turn some people off from the game. But in the end, this is a sim game, and it is highly competitive. I would have liked to be able to play as some of the players, in play now. I just don't know what licensing is. What are licensing costs for these players to get their likeness? Like, what is all of that entail? I don't know. I would have liked been able to play as some of the tour pros, as I'm sure a lot of other people would want to play as the tour pros. In the end, for me though, not a deal breaker. If I can play against them in career mode, that should be fun. I'm down for that. As long as I can see them on the course, we play alternating shot with them, something would be nice to see. So I'm just going to stay tuned for more information, but I can tell you that this first sentence makes it sound, at least to me, that we are not going to be able to play as the tour pros, at least when the game launches. Will the names of the PGA Tour pros be used on the leaderboards in career mode? Yes, you will see the names of the licensed tour pros on the leaderboards during PGA Tour career mode. Okay, this is another thing where I think wording might be important. So, here it says you will compete against the tour pros. Here they say it again, that you will see the names of the licensed tour pros on the leaderboard. So, my guess is it will just be the people that they have licensed for the game, unless they have other, licensed names for the leaderboard. Authenticity, I would want a leaderboard on a PGA Tour career mode to include actual PGA Tour pros. This makes it sound, at least again to me, that, the licensed tour pros, they've named one, more to come. Those are the only ones that are going to be on the leaderboard, and the rest of the leaderboard is going to be filled up with generic names. I hope I'm wrong. Because it would be nice just for, authenticity purposes and the overall atmosphere to get a ton of PGA names on the leaderboards, and then just have, the ones you play against as player models. That would be great. We'll just see what happens here. But the way that this reads to me right now is the PGA Tour pros that they have, or they have to announce still, and then the rest are generic names. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Next up is there an Lpga career mode for the ladies? There is no Lpga career mode, but players can create female my players and compete in the PGA Tour career. So, you can create a female golfer if you would like, and you can compete in the PGA Tour career. Will more PGA Tour pros be released at a later date? There will not be tour pros available for purchase. So, I don't know. The way that they worded this was, I think, kind of poor. I think they're saying that no, there will not be any more PGA Tour pros released at a later date, but they said that there will not be tour pros available for purchase. Does that mean they're going to release tour pros as a free download later, as like a content update? I don't know. I think that they meant to say, that no, there will not be any new tour pros available. But I don't know. Maybe they said this, for exactly that reason. Maybe they're going to do some free content updates or something with more tour pros. We'll have to just wait and see. Because the next one right after that is, will more officially licensed courses be released at a later date? We will discuss post-launch content at a later date. We could be getting some post-launch content. My guess would be more gear, but who knows? We might get lucky and get some courses. We might get some tour pros as a free post-launch content update. We'll just have to wait and see. My guess would be more gear, but we could get lucky and get more gear and more courses. Time will tell. Time will tell. When creating their My Players, will players be able to scan their faces into the game like other 2K games? Face scanning is not a feature in PGA Tour 2K21, but you can customize the physical appearance for your My Player using the editing tool. Same as it is probably now, probably with a couple of extra things in there, but no face scan like other 2K games. Maybe we'll see it at a later iteration, maybe on next gen. Will there be lobbies to find online matches? You will be able to set up private matches with your friends or compete in matchmaking through various head-to-head and team formats. I don't think that means lobbies. They didn't quite answer the question. Seems like it may just be kind of how it is now. Setting up a private match with a friend, just invite them in. They bring into kind of like a starting lobby in private matches. Matchmaking is just hit a button and you get into a match and you just go. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if they've made any changes to that. But I don't think this really answers this question, or at least what this person is referring to. So we'll just have to wait, I guess, for a little clarification. I'm sure that they're going to be talking about online and how it's going to work and how it differs from 2019 before the game launches. So we'll just have to wait and see. Will there be an option to concede a hole or concede a putt in online play? There is an option to concede a hole to your opponent. That is great. You know, if you have put 3 into the water, instead of sitting there and watching, you know, everybody play, you can just concede the hole to your opponent. That is good. That is very good, especially when you're playing, you know, against some friends or online. This is a very good addition, that you can concede a hole to your opponent. We'll see how that works out once you actually get your hands on the game and how it's going to affect the flow of the game. But this is nice to see that there's an option to concede the hole to your opponent. What new tools are available for society managers? Big question. Society managers will have more control over restrictions applied to each event, and the event creation flow has been overhauled to help streamline creating events and building a season-long tour. I can tell you, because I ran a society for a few months, that, and hats off to TGC Tours, because when I did it, it was kind of a nightmare to schedule up like days and times, and sometimes the days would be wrong. When you actually hit apply, it would put in different days and put in different times, and it was just all over the place and was kind of a pain in the ass to create altogether, honestly. There were some nuances that you had to learn. At least when I started playing, there's some nuances that you had to learn if you're going to do a society even. Hopefully they just made the entire process so much easier, because right now it's just kind of a convoluted mess. In my opinion, it's a convoluted mess and could definitely be, I don't want to say dumbed down, but I think this is probably a good word, streamlined a lot better than what it is now. And also control restrictions applied to each event and event creation. So that's probably, you know, qualifying and things of that nature. You can put in more restrictions that go to it. I'm interested to see, though, going back up to previous one where it was like, you know, beginner, pro, and master clubs are gone. You know, what kind of control are they going to have over the creation of a society and what people have to play on? Can you make it so that people can only play on these, if they're sliders of some sort, these set ones? Are you going to have a little wiggle room? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to say. I think that was the biggest part, that the 3 club sets are gone. We'll see what they put in its place. But I mean, more control over everything and streamline event creation for a season-long tour. That is very good. That is all good. And I'm excited to see what they do with it overall. But that's it. That was the last of the questions right there. And yeah, I mean, some things I didn't like, some things I like quite a bit. And more questions have arisen, I think, from these answers. But it's good to see HB Studios responding to the community, giving some answers to questions that the community had. Whether you like them or not, I mean, HB Studios is still giving you the answers, so you know, can maybe affect, you know, your outlook on purchasing the game. I respect it. Every time that a developer comes on and interacts with the community is always great to see, and I really appreciate HB Studios coming on and doing this. Hopefully we get more of this in the future, which I'm sure we will. Devs are in streams, they're watching YouTube videos, they're doing all of it, they're talking in the forums with people. I mean, they are definitely interacting with the community, and that's something that you love to see always. So there it is. That is all the information, new information, and some information that we kind of knew, but were given a definitive answer from HB Studios. What are your thoughts? What do you think of where PGA Tour 2K21 is going? What big questions are you still waiting on answers for? Has this little Q&A swayed you in any way on what you're thinking about PGA Tour 2K21? Keep in mind, still a long way to go until launch, so a lot more is going to be shown. But what do you like? What don't you like? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like on the video. Think about subscribing to the channel as well. I do TGC Tour rounds 1 through 4 every single week. I'm actually on the PGA Tour now, so the highest level of the TGC Tours. You can find those videos on the channel. And anytime that HB Studios releases some new information on PGA Tour 2K21, you can find that information here on the YouTube. I follow and have notifications on for everything that is HB Studios and PGA Tour 2K21. So anytime there's new info, I will be making sure to let you know and giving my thoughts on that information that we are given. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, though. I greatly appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.